But shall we start with the week we had on Monday with Darren Moore getting appointed?
Yeah, so let's talk about the fact that I sort of like I was having a bit of a lazy morning, and then I looked at my phone and you'd messaged me, and Darren Moore is a new manager, and I was like, what?
I think we both had the whole thing. We're like, it's gonna be a quiet day, not need to do anything. And I had the same thing.
I'd spent the whole Sunday before editing the last podcast. Literally, my entire Sunday. We had about 4 breakouts ready, and I was like, I don't have to do much at all, and you guys get loads of content. And
I literally got a message going, well, they can go in the bin now.
So yeah, you've probably seen our reaction videos. If you're not, feel free to go and check those out as we immediately reacted. But this is going to be our extended talk on Darren Moore, him coming in, our extended thoughts on it, the current state Wednesday you're in and what he can do. We're going to talk a bit about the press conferences, things like that. We're going to talk about all of that in one. So pretty big topic, this one.
Yeah.
So we don't need to read any statements out because we did all of that. But Darren Moore, we've taken him from Doncaster.
Donny fans are not happy.
No. They're a team fighting promotion. They have won today.
Yeah, they won Plymouth. They won.
So they won't. They'll probably stop moaning about it now. Fair, but I understand though it's a horrible situation when you get your manager poached. But
can I just say something?
It happens.
When was the last time Wednesday poached the manager? We never. No, exactly. I don't think we've ever done it. And to some of the Donny fans that went going, you nicked our manager. We as fans haven't done it. Our owner did. We're just going with you. We were all like as shocked as you, like, we've hired someone.
Yeah, no, we had a few. And if you're watching this one, if you want to still hate on Darren Moore, honestly, we had it with Steve Bruce fair. But remember, we are talking about our football club. We do not make the decisions.
Yes.
Chill out. Okay. So he's also brought 2 coaches with him from the Sheffield Wednesday website. Following the appointment of Owls manager Darren Moore this morning, we can confirm the addition of 2 new members of backroom staff at Hillsborough. Moore brings in Jamie Smith as assistant manager and Paul Williams as first team coach. That's the big thing we also don't want to miss.
Yeah.
He's brought in an assistant manager and a first team coach, so he's basically got his staffing straight away. Monk wasn't allowed to do that for a while.
No. Well, my thing with this is I'm originally a Donny lad, so I got friends in Doncaster who still speak to me and talk to me and stuff, and they all have said the one thing that they always had from Donny Rover players was how much Jamie Smith was crucial in helping and sorting stuff out behind the scenes. There was a big respect for him. And it's going to be interesting what these 3 can do. And like I said, he brought them in. He let them get on straight away. And let's also remember, we have paid money for Darren Moore. We paid compensation.
Yeah, 6 figures.
Yeah. We paid money to get him. It's just, why didn't you do this in January? Why did you wait? You do this in January.
6 figures ain't a lot in football. So
it is. Yeah. It is for a League One club when you can't have fans.
It depends which 6 figures. Depends what it starts with.
But when there's no fans in, 6 figures is huge.
No, yeah, I get that. I get that. Also, a lot of talk about his contract.
I think it's rolling.
I think it's an 18-month. I would get the vibe of like it's I wanted to talk about this a bit at the start when we were talking about recent form and that, but I will talk about it now. The way Darren Moore's come in these matches, and obviously it's not been great and stuff. He looks like he's assessing a squad, fully aware that even though he speaks well, he might get lucky and keep us up. But this looks like he's assessing what he's got for next season, and Chansiri has made it imperative now that we bounce back up and we do not become what we were when we went to League One before. Yeah. Where we have a rocky season and stuff, and it takes us a while to adjust.
We can't do a Sunderland. We got to go straight back up.
No, exactly. And
to do that, no disrespect to Sunderland, by the way.
I also think that's potentially why he's having a bit of he brought Barry Bannon off Saturday, because he decided to, we record this after the match anyway, usually, but he brought Barry Bannon off because you do get this manager, you take the most senior player, usually your captain, or you take the player that's been there and has got the most influence with the players. And if you want to take a dominant squad, you want to take a dominance over that squad where potentially previous managers haven't been respected by that squad, you go in and you make an example of the most senior sort of player. I know Liam Palmer's technically the most senior player, but not in terms of hierarchy.
To be fair with that, though, I hope Bannon took it the right way. And he just went, right, okay, I get it. Let me support the boys in the dressing room and build it up so we can get something. You know what I mean?
He didn't seem to be throwing his toys out the pram, in fairness to him. And some people will go, where's his passion? He shouldn't be happy going off. I don't think he was happy going off, but he realises that there's a red, and that was more of a case of, right, I'm keeping a level head on the captain.
It wasn't a case he'd had a bad dart and then he pulled him off or something. It was more of a case, I think he knew it was a tactical decision. And
he did what?
It is what it is. What?
He did what?
What did I say?
Doesn't matter. So, yeah, I think it could be an 18-month contract with an opportunity to rebuild. You can watch this back.
I'm going to have fun when I watch this back to find out what I said.
Let's talk about the press conference, because obviously the press conferences are a big thing. We didn't have this when we reacted immediately. This is Darren Moore. He talks about coming together and being all together as fans and players were all one. I'm paraphrasing this here, but he says the chairman says he has his heart in the football club. He wants us to climb the table and have that structure and stability. I felt a desire in his heart for the club, and I wanted to be a part for it. So he basically says that he feels like Chansiri's got his heart in the right place. He's coming out and giving us that defense of Chansiri that obviously a lot of people are out for blood.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like, Pulis came in and went, I hope to have a good relationship with him and all of that.
Also, on that, with you saying Pulis, Pulis was a mentor to Moore at West Brom, wasn't he? So it'll be interesting to know what Pulis has said.
So was
to him
Megson, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, he speaks well in his press conference. We've had a lot of people that speak well. That means nothing to me anymore. Sorry, Darren, you are literally coming in the worst possible situation for you sort of getting the benefit of the doubt with fans. But he keeps talking about how he likes to build things, and he wouldn't say what the length of the deal is, obviously. But for me, the building job hints at the 18-month.
It's similar to what he had at Rovers. 2 years to try and get something. Ish.
Yeah, and they backed him. They did back him, obviously. Hopefully, he can be backed here. He does seem like a manager that works with little and can do a job. If you look at the West Brom side, he took caretaker manager of. He's actually a playoffs manager. Yes, he went down to League One, and people are saying, why have you brought in a League One manager for League One? Yes, potentially, but we've brought in a manager that also got West Brom to the playoffs.
They got fourth, and then they sacked him as well, which was weird.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, you might say he's underperforming with that squad sort of thing, but so did every other West Brom manager for a little while.
Yeah.
And they kept, you've put here that you like that he talks about being an army and in a team, and he's delighted to be here. You said you love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Talk.
I do like that kind of talk, because it just shows that he understands it. And I think sometimes when we have managers, they don't understand it. You feel like they're there just for the pay grade. And some people have said they feel like this could be him here for the pay grade. I don't get that feeling. I get the feeling he sees something and he wants to try and get it going, if you know what I mean.
And it seems like he understands also he might not be able to get his style of play in there straight away, and he understands that it's going. All of this feels like he's going to have to gut out this team, okay? And I think if anything, this week has shown he has not. He has played sides to try and get us back into it, but he's also this is basically his pre-season before pre-season. He's trying to.
Don't we have an international break coming up soon? We do, don't we? So it might be interesting to see what he does after that.
I don't know if we do. I don't know if we're doing one before the Euro. I know there is meant to be one at some point, but I've been looking at the calendar, and usually it might be in April, we'll see. But yeah, he talks about not knowing that he's not going to get potentially his preferred style and things like that. So I'm glad to see that he's working with what he's got. I do feel like more after this week, it is more of a case of going to be, sorry Wednesday, but like pulling us back up from League One. It does feel like it's going that route.
You didn't notice your pun there, did you?
Yeah, I can't even say more at all now. Can I? We've probably punned out this title of this podcast as well, so you're welcome. Then again, all of these podcast titles are usually puns.
Yeah.
So it's one of my joys of a Saturday night coming up with the title. So yeah, he says ideally we'd play free-flowing football, but every manager says that.
Hard to do with these players.
Oh, I'd love to actually play football. That's not how Pulis sounds, but it's like I'd actually love to play
football.
Is
Welsh.
Yeah, he is. I don't know why I was going. I was going full York. It's because whenever I mock a Wednesday manager, I usually go Yorkshire. But I was going into my Thompson, I think. There.
To be fair, your best impression when you did Bruce.
Yeah, I won't do it now because it'll be underwhelming. No. But yeah, my Steve Bruce is definitely very flamboyant. So yeah, he's talking about He talked about Rhodes, which is interesting because it links back to what I was saying earlier about people were saying, oh, Rhodes couldn't hit a barn door, that sort of thing. Yeah, in the Championship, where it's probably I'll be honest, the game has probably passed Jordan Rhodes by, and players like Jordan Rhodes, the actual game of football in the Championship and definitely the Prem, they're not there for Jordan Rhodes anymore. However, League One is still what you remember it is, right? It is still football, as in nasty. And you get.
To be fair,
kicked.
our hoofball will work really well in League One.
Yeah, no,
with
definitely.
With some pace up front.
I've been checking out League One a little bit more just to see if that's the case or it is a bit more. Some teams do try and play more attacking football or more expansive. And if you look at the United side that went up, they played a different style. They played, but it's a case of you see a lot more back threes in League One than you used to. Like if you did anything that wasn't 4-4-2 in League One a few years ago, you get your head kicked in. But now it's.
You just mentioned League One, and there's just something that come to my head. And hang on, I need to check table, mate.
That's fine. I'll talk about what we were going to talk about here anyway with Rhodes. So Moore talks about bringing a platform for Rhodes, and actually he says that he's one of the players we're looking at moving forward. So I think he's going to want to keep Rhodes for League One, because last time Rhodes was in League One, he ripped it apart. So hopefully he can do that again.
Right, I found what I was looking for. So Donny are in 5th place on 55 points. Atkinson Stanley and Ipswich are on 50. What the hell happens if Donny Rovers or Ipswich go up, especially since we nicked Darren Moore and we were looking at Paul Cook?
Yeah, well, it would be very Sheffield Wednesday, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would
be. But I'm optimistic for Darren Moore if he gets a rebuild job.